We've been on multiple dates. Yes, rooftops have been in there. Stop playing, but
You have to let it be known for the people in the back. He been on a rooftop dinner, okay? Not once, not twice, but maybe 3 times. We gonna leave the rooftops alone in 2025.
Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here. My lovely wife, It's Just Alex.
What's up, people?
Hey, BM just dropped episode 15 of BM Talks to Him. This time it's titled Ishmael Found Love. Now, if you guys don't remember, Ishmael was the one that the joke was the rooftop joke that everybody goes to rooftop dinners. But Ishmael, even though he was the one that basically brung up rooftop dinners, he had a match. It didn't go well. They ended up going to a movie theater and she kind of put him on blast about some stuff. So, but hey, if he found love, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
I like Ishmael though.
Ishmael was cool. Plus he a Cali dude. You feel me? We respect the Cali natives. You feel me? So.
All right, welcome back to BM Talk to Them. So,
Okay. You got him a chocolate sister. Okay, Ishmael, we see you, brother.
He not gonna worry me. Why is he?
Everybody
like
did
that?
it. It's a dish. It's this.
We know you got a grill. Don't be cutting up.
Hey, man, he said I got to redeem myself.
today we're actually doing a new type of segment. So, this segment is going to be called This Person Has Found Love. So, today we have Ishmael here. Welcome. How you doing?
how y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing today, Ben?
I'm good. So, basically, how this segment is going to go is that anyone that's came on the show and you have found love and somehow your love, how you found your love is connecting to Pop the Balloon, then reach out to me because I can get you on this podcast, on this segment. So if you have found love and your connection has something to do with, Pop the Balloon, let me know. So either somebody DM'd you by seeing you on the show, or somebody, got your details or reached out to you from the show, let me know. This is the new segment. So today we actually have Ishmael, and I believe that this is your lady. Do you want to introduce
Yes.
yourselves?
Yes, the beautiful one and only Mom Sar Sek.
Hey everybody.
Mansar?
Mansar. Okay. I
Mansar.
thought he said Mom Star, and I was like, whoa, whoa.
Nah, Mansar. Okay.
Mansar, okay.
Mansar. That's a cool name. I like that BM is doing this because at the end of the day, if people are going to come to your show and try to clout everything off your show and try to use your show for everything, then you know what, bro? You might as well expand your universe for your show, You might as well do everything you can to, show that, hey, this show still has the positive and good impacts that it needs to have.
Yeah.
So, hey, shout out to Arlette and them.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So let me ask Ishmael first, right? How was your experience on the show?
Okay, first and foremost, I just want to thank you and Arlette. You guys' platform is beautiful. My experience personally, it was more positive for me. I got a lot of different followers. It just also showed me, we conversated before, how the internet is, and they run with different stereotypes and different stuff like that. And it's just funny because it's just people that don't even really know you or don't know anything about you like that. So it was a lot of people though that I did reach some. There's a lot of people out there that were real and seeing how, I was just being real. Like I wasn't trying to hide anything. I brought everything out, open up, and on the table. So that's that. But like I said, it was a great experience. I'm always be who I am. I really don't let nothing change me. It's I'm gonna be me. Where I'm from, Cali. We stay true to who we are and how we move, how we do stuff. So it was a great experience. It was a beautiful experience.
Hey, shout out to him. And I'm glad that even though he faced the internet and what the internet had to say, I'm glad that he you could clearly see he bounced back, he's moving forward, you feel me? It's even though I don't think his situation was as bad, especially now that we've seen a lot of these catch-ups, it's at least he actually got to the date. Let's be real.
Yeah.
At least he made it to he got to the game, you feel me?
Lovely.
Right, right. So obviously you had one of the most famous catch-ups. You know, your catch-up went off. Um, People still watch it to this day.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you that catch-up, how did it affect you after filming?
It just really opened my eyes to the type of woman that, that I really want to secure in my life for real. Like, I'm not somebody who's about, even though, like I look a certain way, right? Because I'm an artist, I'm a model, slash actor too. So I do different stuff. My appearance has to be with sales, so there's certain things that I've acquired over the years to help enhance that. So
Hmm.
I'm never misleading or anything. I'm always honest, with anybody that I speak to.
Hmm.
People know that I'm not rich or nothing like that, but I get my money. I'm not broke, definitely never broke. So it's just, I don't want it to ever be like, me rocking the gold or different stuff like that. And it seems like I'm trying to pose as something like that when I never say like I'm rich. I'm never doing nothing like that. But yeah, dating it just changed my view on certain women, like with the and I'm not even trying to be like stereotypical, right? But just like females, even certain males too, because you got males now that they can get the haircuts and the fake hair and like that. It's just different stuff that where you're altering yourself to look a certain way or to be a certain way instead of just being natural and authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it really heavily focus in on that more than the flashy, pretty.
The
Okay, she got her nails done.
superficial. Yeah, the superficial stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. And it's not to say that like women that do those things, they always uphold to those stereotypes that he's talking about, but it's okay to take care of yourself. But I do understand like it's also okay to be your true authentic self outside of the norms of what society is telling you you should look like as a woman and what you should look like as a man. So I mean, that's good. This is like she's completely different from the type that he normally goes for, and it's different. I like it for him.
Mhm.
Done weave, different stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
knows about the other certain things, but doesn't know how to cook, doesn't know how to clean, doesn't know about how to manage money, different stuff like that. So it's just really opened my eyes to that, and I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful for it, if anything, So definitely
Okay.
that part.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get going on why we're all here. So obviously you found love. Do you
Yes.
wanna talk about how you both met?
Well, yeah, the crazy situation is we kind of knew each other before the show. We're in the same working field. She's actually a choreographer and she's a photographer. So
Okay.
she does a lot of different stuff. I'm an artist, I'm an actor. I was doing a little bit of choreography because I was in a
Hmm.
couple of different shows.
Yeah.
My best friend, shout out the playground, we was running and yeah, so we had already been knowing each other about that. But after the show, I remember it was a thing that was talked about amongst all my friends. So everybody that that saw the show, everybody that know me personally, they already knew what was up already. They knew
Yeah.
that it was how the internet took it off and ran with it. But
I feel like this could have been a case of like they always say like, okay, you never know God's plan for things. You never know how like God is gonna orchestrate things in your life. And sometimes it's like we brought up before with this artist Derek Minor when he wrote the song, I got vision from the top now. I'll take the bottom over this, right? It probably is a case of he had to have this situation where he went before the internet, he went before the public, pursuing after the dream, the fantasy girl, the girl that everybody wants. And there was a girl already in his vicinity who was most likely like compatible, but she wasn't the 10 out of 10 diamond he fantasized over. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And once he got it and he realized all the stuff that came with it, and he went through the scrutiny of the internet, and like it's a humbling experience um hearing mass criticism, right? It's a very humbling experience. It could have been like once he like the dust settled, the damage is clear, you picking yourself up, you start realizing like who's really in your circle, your square, and it's like, dang, I'm looking at people differently. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when you're in your head and you're in a fantasy or in La La Land, those standards and morals that you have, now you're tweaking them, or you're bending them, you're making them more flexible to fit the fantasy that you want. But in reality, you're not getting all of the things that you need. There's a difference between a want and a need. And sometimes people get lucky and they get what they want and what they need all in one with their fantasy type thing. But no, I do agree. I feel like this was probably a situation where, he went on a show. He was attracted to who he was attracted to. Not to say there was anything wrong with her, but it made him start thinking a little bit more, like self-reflecting on the type of women that he chooses for himself, and what he wants in the long haul, not in the short term of like instant gratification.
Right.
But yeah, I would say when was that? It was shortly. Yeah, it was shortly after the show. I think that I reached out and I think I shot my shot at her. But if you want to tell your side, you can go ahead and speak.
Yeah, we knew each other like here and there, like he said, from different productions, shows, video shoots. And at first, I tell him all the time, like, I didn't really like notice. I'm like a very kind of tunnel vision kind of person. So, like, if I'm not really talking to you, I don't really notice you too much. Obviously, I knew he was there, and like we had mutual friends. So, I knew who he was. And then when the episode came out, like, I wasn't the first to see it, but then I seen it eventually, and I was like, "Oh man, that's Ishmael." Like, yeah, I've been doing stuff with him, and I don't know. I kind of had like between watching the video and the comments and everything like that, like I had like mixed emotions because I was like, I don't know, like I'm never, I kind of always play devil's advocate. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm trying to figure out why she's saying what she's saying, or, I know it's all for, TV and YouTube, but I'm like, I know, she's saying what she's saying, he's saying what he's saying, but I'm like, I don't really know either of them like that. But I was like, from what I've known, what I've seen in person, Ishmael, he was always very kind, very, always like, hey, y'all want something, always asking the dancers or anybody, just, what y'all want me to go get? I'm going to get to the gas station. Y'all want some? I don't know, but he's always been very, like, kind, very, like.
Yeah, because he don't gotta, like, I think the reason why they had a major disconnect, even though their catch up was like almost a full year ago, right? The disconnect, I don't see fault on either side for being upset on why they were upset, because on one, you're getting somebody's presenting or giving the impression that they have certain things in their corner, and so that was her. She was going into it with a perception of him, and when she got the reality, she was, because she didn't even dog him like she was going to, right? She did try to give him grace in that catch up, but I see how also, like, there were some things that she brung up, and the way she brung it up, it made it seem like he was at the bottom barrel, like struggling, like like bringing up the speaker, the she had to pay for parking, and not talking about the things like, oh, his card, he had his card, it just was tweaking out and stuff like that. But it's like, there's still people, it's always like the homies that I met at my jobs, it's always the homies that don't have the most or don't have a lot that be like the main people that be like, hey, like, I see you didn't eat today, like, you need that, like, hey, I see you, hey, my car may not be the best, but if you need me to get a ride home, I could try my best to get you there. Like, that's my experience out here. You get what I'm saying?
Like,
Right.
all high energetic, as y'all know, like, just a good person to be around. So I was just like, I don't know, it's not really the side I see him, but as we started to talk, I was definitely like, okay, I'm not really sure what she saw in him. I don't know what she expected, but I don't know, he's great.
So Ishmael,
Yeah.
how did Pop the Balloon help you? Because you said that the show helped you kind of decide what type of woman that you want to go with, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you explain more on that? Like, what type of woman do you look for? How did the show help you, kind of put the pieces together in your love journey?
Being like being visual and having an open mind when viewing the comments and different stuff like that. I can see the people that were for the internet and just saying certain stuff, but there were honestly people out there giving good advice. That's another good thing about the show. In the comments, if people take the time and to ignore the BS, you can see that there's actually good, genuine people out there giving advice. And there's a couple of different things that I read and I seen. Like maybe I could have possibly did better or something like that myself, because that's another thing that I also took from the show. Maybe it was some things that I could have did better. Maybe not like having like the Bluetooth speaker in my car, but that's just
Wait, can I ask you a
that's
question?
just
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Where is that Bluetooth speaker? Is it still alive?
Oh, it's still alive, but it's definitely out the car. It's definitely out the car. It's still
Okay.
alive.
I
But it's
don't think
definitely out the
those,
car,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
That like people, me personally, that wouldn't have bothered me. That's just me personally, because that's how we get down in Cali sometimes. Like, like I remember back in the day, like my mom, when she didn't have a radio and stuff like that, she was bumping a little speaker.
Yeah.
She was bumping a little speaker in the car, and then
Yeah.
when she finally got this was when radios was really expensive, and they was breaking into people's cars for them, stealing the interface and stuff like that. When she got her first set of speakers, oh man, the whole neighborhood and some heard her stuff down the street.
Yep. One thing that's still common to this day, even though it's illegal, people still be driving with their headphones and they Bluetooth. I mean, with their earbuds and stuff out here. Like, it's very common out here. So it's like when he said the speaker in it, I'm like, bro, we all done been there.
We all
done been there, bro.
With all the windows down, because don't nobody got AC. Like, we all been there.
Bro, craziest thing, when I have my Ford Taurus, bro, my windshield wipers, I didn't have no defroster. I didn't have a defroster. So I remember one day we had got out of track practice and we were having a hailstorm. And I could drive myself home, but my homies was like, oh, like, we got to walk. And I'm like, I can try to get y'all home, but as we're going through the hailstorm, the ice is collecting on the windshield and it's fogging my windows up. And it was one homie was leaning out the window, wiping the window. I was driving, wiping the window. Then we had a homie on the inside wiping the window, and we was trying to get through at any means necessary, bro. And that's why I'm always humble about it. Like at least it could be worse. Yeah, we was out there, we looked crazy, but ain't nobody was batting the eye saying nothing to us about it. We stopped at the light, people saw us wiping. Dude rolled his window. He's like, I understand. It's like,
I can understand the perception that like he gave off, even like, because he's not down. Just because that's his setup, that doesn't mean he's down bad.
Yeah.
But I can understand like the perception that he gave off. Like he in a lineup. He's dressed real cool, real smooth, real
he's
suave.
talking about rooftop dinners and all that.
Rooftop dinners. He's saying anything means necessary to like,
Win.
get the girl. Like I understand that, but I don't know. I get like we're humans and we're attracted to the physical, but it shouldn't have been those things that
stood out. Right.
And
Right.
I don't know, bro.
It's very much charged, okay? Very much charged up. But definitely some stuff like, that I learned, like I could have done on my part, it was a couple of lies that was told, but and just as far as like I said, the Bluetooth speaker, like, I could have definitely did another way, but I'm just goofy like that, like I don't really take it too much personal. Like it's like a characteristic type of deal. Like if they into that, they're not into that. If ain't their cup of tea, it's not, and it just should have been more speak about like or spoken on, or I should even just pay more attention to the signs type of deal. But definitely lessons on my end, but also helping me with deciding with like I was saying before, I'll touch back on with what women to go after, somebody that's more like I said, I'm very much into self, what I'm saying? So being into self, just being knowledgeable about things, about the basic stuff, like to be functional out here in society, and move a certain way to where you're growing, you're steadily growing and not being stagnant in areas, I could go deeper in those subjects, but I'll just leave it briefly at that. But also, like I also mentioned before, like just money management, being able to manage money, build businesses, build empires like you and Arlette have done, so that's something that's very important, because nowadays working as a team is way easier than trying to go at something alone, even though it's very possible. But especially if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, it might just be a conversation, or it's something that you guys tackle and make goals and set different goals to meet and reach, so that over time you can find yourself doing certain things. So it's just different conversation stuff like that, that I wasn't really paying attention to before, that now, especially moving after the show, moving forward, that I did pay attention to and was more open to and just conversating about. And like I said, I was just dealing with women before that, I didn't experience that. So, that was just more on my fault, on my end too, as well, because
the visual I get when I hear this, because it is tunnel vision, right? But when people break down tunnel vision, it's really complex, like overall, right? Because it's like you're in the end of a room and the trophy's right there. And you're so busy sprinting and you're so locked in on the trophy that you're only seeing that trophy. You don't see your competition. You don't see nothing around you. You just see, this is what I wanted, right? But it's something about when you realize that there's so much more complex going around, and that like that camera focus kind of like zooms out some more, like in movies, you start noticing the things that like you were missing all the while you were gunning for it. You get me?
You're not thinking about the competitor on the side of you. You're not thinking about rehydrating yourself. You're not thinking about pacing yourself. You're just trying to rush and sprint and get to the prize. And there's many ways to getting to that said prize. There's not just one way of doing it. So the fact that self-reflection is the best type of reflection. So he was able to see it.
Right. You don't see the crowd. You don't see how beautiful the stadium is. You don't see all the grass. You don't see nature.
Your senses are like
locked in. Yeah.
Well, yeah, at that time they're locked in when they're supposed to be. Like, but when you're tunnel vision, they're not locked in.
It's like I feel what he's saying, because that's the same way I feel about content. Like when we have the flock talks and people come on there and like one of the ladies was like, yeah, like my daughter put me on to you guys. Like that hit different, because it's like, dang, we just making YouTube videos.
And that woman, she was 50 years old and her daughter's 25.
I'm like Alex as my witness. Alex knows, like when it comes to this content stuff, bro, I'm so like tunnel vision on just like trying to get to where I think we need to be. It's like hearing stuff like that, it hits me different, bro, every time.
I wasn't holding myself to a higher standard, especially how I operate personally, because I operate personally on a certain level. I'm very clean. I'm very very business wise. I'm very smart, very intelligent. I do a self-study like every day, every other day. I used to do it every day, but I do it every day now. Very spiritual, but even with studying that stuff, I use it in reality and work with it, as far as even like with these type of interactions, working with people. Like I have no bad energy towards Kalavia. I don't hate her or nothing like that. It's always going to be positive. I actually thank her for that experience, because I definitely gained a lot from it. I thank you and all that as well, and the show.
And I also want to ask you, obviously that catch up was it was like a movie. I feel like if I was to produce a film, like all the events that happened, it was literally like a film, right? Yeah. And it was shocking, because it was like, did that actually happen? I want to ask you, do you still have that Bluetooth speaker? Can we see it so we can actually see what it looks like? Because that Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, I got it. Actually, give me 1 second. I got you.
BM. This is a side of BM that people don't be.
What kind of speaker you think it's gonna be?
It's a JBL.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think it's a JBL.
It's a JBL. It's a JBL or a Beats Pill, bro. It's either one.
See this Bluetooth speaker.
Tell me what it is. Black.
This is crazy.
You think it's gonna be blue?
Yeah.
I think it's a black JBL. I think it's the cylinder one. I think it's a cylinder black JBL speaker. That's what I think it is.
Okay.
Or a red Beats Pill, because everybody buys the red one.
Speakers.
Shut up the speakers.
Ow! That's Ishmael. Okay, wait. She was talking like it was a small little.
Yeah, nah. Hold on.
My mom had 2 of those.
Yeah, bro. We put those in the trunk.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Bro, when she was talking about his speaker, I'm like, he bumping a JBL. Like, what's up with you, gang? Like, but nah. What?
Them speakers, you got the bass all the way up. And
Bro, they be putting those in people's little Nissans.
Yes.
What they do is, let me put y'all on what people do in Cali, right? They'll take those speakers and they'll put them they'll cut out the top part of their, the back part of their,
trunk?
You see how it's like the back seat and then there's like the windshield and then there's like that little bay of space, right? What they'll do is they'll carve into it and they'll put the
dash, the back dash. Yeah.
They'll carve into that and put it in there.
Yep.
Those exact speakers, or what they'll do is they'll take the back seats and carve out some of the inside lining of the back seat and they'll slide those speakers in there. So, man,
Have your whole car shaking. Yeah.
That's the speaker, y'all. You feel me? He was that big boy.
Wow. So this is a big one. This is a big.
She was roasting him for that one, bro. Come on, gang.
So I mean that will power up the whole car. You don't need no speakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't no. You feel me? You heard that. You heard him. Okay. And then all my people that's in Cali from the Bay, area, y'all know how we get down.
Yeah.
Shout out y'all.
Yeah.
I love my people.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Bro, tell me why I got nostalgia as soon as I see this.
Chills. Yeah, that's what I was like.
Bro,
my cousin Treese, she always be riding the Escalades, bro. She be having like 4 of them in there.
Nah, I had a homie. His dad used to work on cars, bro, and his dad carved the side of his doors out.
Yeah.
And put like those in there, but they were facing out. Yeah. So when he was blasting music, he was pushing music out to everybody else, bro.
So now I want to ask you both, right? What qualities do you both look for in a partner, and what qualities have you found in each other? So let's start with the lady here.
All right. What I look for in a relationship. So I feel like after years of having lots of interesting talking stages, FYI, this is my very first relationship, so I've never.
Okay.
You see that, gentlemen? They're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Actually, had a boyfriend. It sounds sad, but it's not. I have very high standards. Oh. I'm just kind of someone, I don't really like to waste my time. I feel if I kind of already see where this is going, like he said, I've always been very, goal oriented, very okay, so what are you going to add to this? You don't necessarily have to bring me things or, have all the materialistic things, but, how are you going to help my mental? How are you going to help, me get closer to my goals or things that I really love? And also not even I'm trying to find a good way to say it, but I also don't look for relationships as to, in a sense, what can I benefit off of you, if that makes sense, but how can we, flow together? Right. And so I feel just overall in a relationship, I look for honesty for sure. I think one of my love languages, it's not one of the 6 or 7 that everyone know, but I think one of my love languages is when you really feel like you can be yourself, around me, when you can really open up and I can provide that environment or space for you to really feel like you can be you. And I say it all the time, I would rather see everything ugly, gray, good, bad about you first, then you feel like you have to fake it, and then down the line, either we both catch feelings or we want to progress, and then now it's okay, I didn't see this before, and I know that's how relationships go, but I think in this relationship, he's very honest, he's very upfront, he's very this is me, and it's never nothing bad. It's not a non-negotiable type of thing. It's very much so this is who I am, this is my personality. He's a fire sign, I'm a Pisces, so I'm very.
Don't do it. You should have already knew by the necklaces. You should have already knew. And the self improvement. So you should have already know. It's Ishmael. We're gonna let it go. After yesterday, we gotta let this one go. Because DeAndre didn't got the internet fired up. Chill guy.
And mellow, and he's very hype. So in public, he's more out there. Sometimes I'll be hey, you're too loud. And, you know, I'm more quiet and, you know, just like to myself. But that's one of those things where it's like we work so well together, you know, like he
Right.
can bring out, you know, I'm very hyped too, though, and I really get to know you. But he brings out really fiery sides of me. And then, you know, I'm kind of there to mellow him out or, you know,
Mm.
have him kind of slow down, you know, pace yourself, think about this. So I think we work well. I think I said a lot, but I
He's
think
over there
too, like,
cheesing, boy.
it
He trying
sounds
to
so
contain
basic,
himself.
but like I love a partner I can laugh with. Like that's just one of my favorite, you know, qualities. Like if we can just really enjoy, you know, life together, time together, you know, be silly. It doesn't have to be serious all the time. I'm just a really goofy person. He
That
always
that's that's
like,
that's 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 not basic. That's not basic. You have to be able
yeah,
to have fun with your partner, laugh, all of that stuff, because
yeah.
you know you have to enjoy each other and have happy moments. You know,
Yeah.
and I feel like you both complement each other very well.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ishmael, what qualities do you look for in a woman, and what qualities have you found from her?
So the qualities, like I mentioned already, real quick, uh, definitely money management into self, into growing, you know, not being in a stagnated position, just also being authentic and genuine, you know what I'm saying, and being true to who they are naturally. But definitely the things that I found in her is I'll briefly touch on, like, you know, how she said we flow together. We flow together well. It's something that doesn't really have to be like really too much effort put into it. It's something like she's into photography, I'm into photography. She's doing choreography, I'm an artist. So all that stuff goes together, flows together. We're also going to be doing a podcast soon too. So that's another thing that we're going to be getting into. So stuff like that just flows. But also another thing connecting, like we're like, our relationship is so fun and goofy and adventurous. Like we just go places. We've already been on multiple trips to Cali. We've been on multiple dates. Yes, rooftops have been in there. Stop playing. But
He had to let it be known for the people in the back. He been on a rooftop dinner, okay? Not once, not twice, but maybe 3 times. We gonna leave the rooftops alone in 2025. He made it. He made it. Leave him alone. All right. Put your arms down. Okay.
we've done a lot of stuff already, you know what I'm saying? So having so much fun and excitement and being able to, like she said, laugh all the time. Like we've
Wait,
had
was this
so
the car?
having so much fun and excitement.
Was this the car?
It could have been.
And being able to, like she
Somebody
said,
in the back
laugh.
seat. Then I don't know. I don't think
No,
they're
they in
driving.
different cars.
I don't know.
Who is this? This is a different man. Who is this?
That's Alfonso.
This ain't you. Who photo is this?
That's Rico.
All the time. Like we've had so many nights and days where we just laughing, being goofy. We got all different types of videos
Look
and
at she
pictures
doing
of us just enjoying our laughing, being
She's doing the
goofy.
same
We got all
pose. Look. That's crazy.
Different types of videos and pictures of us just enjoying our time together. So I definitely found happiness. You know, that's what I can really say. Like the biggest thing, I found happiness. I found love. Like I found joy. You know, and I just found definitely a woman that, you know, I know that I'm probably going to be spending the rest of my life with because
she said, "Okay."
Talk your talk. Talk your talk. Talk your talk. That's how you
wonderful.
gotta talk it, man. Hey, talk like you love your woman, man.
Right.
Some of y'all can't say nothing nice about y'all partners, bro. Talk like you love your woman. Talk like you need to.
Even though it's not funny, it do be kind of funny sometimes.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. When we be in the warehouse and they be like, "Dang, I can't stand my wife. She always bugging me." It just be so random. We all be talking at the table, just like,
man, I'm finna just stay at work. I ain't even finna go home. I'm just like, bro, hey, dog, you hate this job more than you hate your home, bro. Take your tail home, dog. you was just crashing out last week. Take your tail home. Stop.
That's how I'll be rocking. I don't, you know, I'm not here for play. I'm really looking for love. So, you know, and I don't see any red flags or anything like that. So definitely.
I mean, this is fantastic. This is what it's all about, you know. And this is why I wanted to start this type of segment as well, so people can actually start learning from other people's experience, how they, you know, came on the show and they reflected on how they acted, and then they made up their mind on what they wanted So obviously you're an artist and she choreographs, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel that kind of affects your profession? Like for instance, right, musicians, she will choreograph a lot of stuff for different people sometimes, right? How do
Yeah.
you feel about all of that? Like, do you both communicate and make sure you're both not jealous of each other's work? Like, you know, you're an artist, she might be jealous because, you know, you have to, you know, do a lot of shows, music videos and stuff like that with different females.
Yeah.
How do you both communicate in that aspect?
It's definitely see the good thing about us, right, especially right now, because like I mentioned, I shouted out my best friend, but we have a business. It's called Lay Playground, and that's where we actually have all the different choreographers. The owner is named Tahani. Shout out Tahani. But we work as a team, as a family. So it's crazy that you speak about that. Yesterday, we went to two different sets, and definitely she was in the video with different costumes, multiple different costumes. It's never. I mean, I was in the video too. Had a different couple of different costumes.
Hmm.
So it's never no jealousy, never nothing like that. You know, it's all love. We understand what we're in, what we're doing. So
Yeah.
a lot of people around them already know we're in a relationship. It's never nothing like that. She's beautiful. I'm handsome. So it's like it flows together. It works together, you know? So it's never no jealousy or anything like that, though. We
I
definitely
like them
communicate
together.
well. We don't even really communicate much on it because it's like something that we both already understand. And that's
understood
what I
don't need
just
to be
connect
said.
back to with how well we flow together because it's
Yeah.
just certain things that just already click. And it's like jealousy wouldn't even be something that, you know, arises. We
Yeah, because I mean, it's a thing of like, because you guys are so compatible in y'all careers and y'all fields, y'all know the ins and outs of what's required, what's not required, how far things need to be taken, how far things don't need to be taken. You know, like if Alex was a backup dancer, I know that there's certain choreographies that's like, okay, yeah, it's typical. If she has a one-on-one ballet duet with this dude, I understand he got to hold her by the hip like this and stuff like that. I get all that. And then I know that there's like, hey man, I don't know, bro. I looked at the script. Your hand placement, you come on, gang, come on now. But it's like that's just the reality of it. It's like it goes with content creation too. There's stuff that we gon' like. We have stuff that we need to do. Letting Alex get into her gaming sphere, knowing the gaming sphere that I'm already doing with like the GTA RP and stuff like that. It's like once you and your partner have like a distinct understanding of how you guys operate, it's like you don't need to be like nitpicky and hovering over yourselves. Like Alex has been streaming more than I've been streaming, and I've been playing video games years longer than she's been playing. But I don't need to sit over at Alex's shoulder and be like, hey man, I don't know, I don't like this game that you playing. Who is these people you playing with? Like, I don't need to do that.
Monet.
Monet.
We had a great time yesterday. It was fun. We had a couple of my good friends that I know, KiteZz, shout out KiteZz, shout out Q Boy. And yeah, you know, it's just a great flow, great energy, good times, great memories, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like yesterday, I had some pretty exposing clothes on, but I think we just joke about it. Like he just kind of be like, just no, nobody else. You can look, but you can't touch. But also, it's like as an artist, as a dancer, as a photographer. I mean, we kind of have that unspoken thing. Like this is just your work. Like you kind of know, like when to cross the line, what makes you uncomfortable. It really all depends on what makes you comfortable and uncomfortable. We both do different things. I still dance with other different, companies, groups. He does his own work. And I'm like, it comes with it. I feel like I obviously know like he's gonna have videos where he's gonna need girls or whatever. And I'll have probably opportunities where I'll have to dance or I don't know, be a little more closer to guys or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It never
I don't know if he jacked with that point. He looked at her a little like, what?
closer to guys or whatever. But yeah,
I don't think it's. Nah.
I'm just cracking jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just cracking
He
jokes.
fine. I think you could tell they're very secure in who they are as individuals and who they are as a couple to like combine. So I don't even, because I don't know. I feel like even though they are in the same field, a lot of people, men and women, they typically avoid the people that are in the same field as them because of these reasons. So the fact that they mastered it without even really having to master it, I think they're fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It never became like a jealousy thing. I think too, knowing he's an artist, I'm kind of just the type of person to be like, I mean, I'm a photographer. Let's collab. Let's make this work. Like, I know you like visuals. I know how to do visuals. I know you do this. And but yeah, it's kind of easy. I tell him to, like, you'll never find me anywhere else. So if you go do something else, I mean, hey.
But if anything came up where you did feel a type of way, you'll both communicate that. And I feel like that's what I see. I feel like you two look like you communicate well, because it's all about communicating and understanding each other. If you do not understand each other, then that's gonna be a problem. Like if something comes up, you have to be able to explain each other, explain things to each other and make sure you both understand each other if you was put in that same position, So, like for instance, if something does come up in the future with both of you where you feel like, oh, I don't like this, or, this, like for instance, you're too close to this female, you're too close to this male, you both can speak about it. Can you both speak about it and communicate? And then the person that, when you speak about it, if that person doesn't like that, are you going to be able to understand that and kind of adjust so that, your partner is happy?
Yeah, of course, always. Like, not a problem, without hesitation.
Right.
You heard what baby said? You're gonna have to 5 feet back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's good. That's good to know. All right, so what advice do you give to the people of this generation? The dating pool right now, obviously, we see there's so much things going on. What would you, Ishmael? What advice would you give to the
Don't do it.
guys
They ain't
that
gonna
are
wanna
looking
hear
for
it.
love?
First
Off the
things
market
first
now.
is to really secure, like, and it's a lot that you hear from a lot of older generation, is secure a way of being able to take care of a woman and a family. That's very important, because if you don't have that secured at first, there's no point in even trying to date or trying to secure a woman, because how you gonna take care of them, And the second thing is, since you're already going to secure that, right? Make sure that you're happy, make sure that you're happy and that you can really just be yourself in a relationship. You don't got to pose as somebody that you're not, what I'm saying, to impress a female or impress others, because that's baggage nobody really wants to carry over time. And that's how relationships after 10, 15 years end up ending. And you got divorces and you got torn families and you got, different, bunch of different stuff. So just first know what you want. And then second, be happy, be happy and yourself when engaging in, finding a woman and dating and courting like that. So
Know your limit. Know what you can handle and what you can't handle. Know what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. Know that about yourself first before you try to pick somebody else up. Because there can be things that you are like, oh, I want this person so bad, I'm willing to, ignore the fact that this is something I can't deal with. This is something I can't tolerate. And then next thing you know, when it happens, some of y'all catching cases. All right? Know yourself, know your good, your bad habits first before you sit there and try to learn a new person.
Yeah, you can't be mad that you want your cake and eat it too. And you're mad at the taste of the cake when you saw what was being put in the cake before it was baked and it came out the oven, but you ignored it anyway and you chose to take a bite out of it. So you pay attention to what
you didn't like coconut. You didn't like it. It's a coconut cake.
Ooh, I want a German chocolate cake now.
No,
Ooh, that sounds so good.
No.
Ooh.
Okay. And what about for you, Mom Saw?
To all the girls, the women, I say, because I have experience, never lose who you are ever for anybody. Like, continue to invest in yourself. If you ever feel like you have to compromise yourself to, I don't know, talk to anybody, it's not worth it. Like, what I say all the time is love is actually very easy. Obviously, it has its challenges, but it's actually very easy when you're honest, when you know who you're working with. Love for yourself, love for others, love in a relationship, friendships. Like, it's actually very easy. And a lot of people, they say, like, arguments and fighting, it's healthy. And in a sense, I understand, but I have 10 plus friendships and relationships where we've never fought. We've never.
I disagree. Because you could have arguments all the time, but your friend group, you guys have adapted to each other so much, you guys don't consider it arguments. But if you did it in front of other people,
They'll
people
consider
would think it's argument.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like I said, arguments and stuff are healthy, but it's not about winning the argument. It's about sometimes you have to have these discussions so you can get a deeper perspective of what your partner's really feeling.
If you're having arguments every day, that is
Yeah.
not healthy.
Right.
That is toxic. It's all get out.
Right.
And it's draining.
But then again, it's weird because there's some couples that like they thrive off of that though. Like they thrive off of arguing with each other, and then when they not around they partner, they're like, oh, everything's just so boring without blah 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 here, and it's just like, huh?
That's
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's scary. Y'all stay over there.
We not judging.
Not judging.
Not judging.
I'm just saying.
It's curious to me.
Argue because we have a mutual understanding. Like, I respect you, you respect me. Obviously, we're not going to, you know, agree on everything all the time, but I have such an understanding and love for you that whatever you feel, you know, that's how you feel. And if it's, you know, making each other, we're clashing in any other way, you know, whatever, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, never lose yourself. I say keep doing you, never give up on your dreams. You know, you don't have to get in a relationship and feel like, oh yeah, I have to stop doing this or stop doing that. Like, that's never, you're gonna meet someone who's gonna love everything about you, everything you do. They're gonna want to be a part of it, grow with you, push you closer to it. So yeah, just never forget about yourself ever. Like, yeah, and be happy, have fun, do all the things you. A relationship should be an addition, not a subtraction. You should, like, he literally, first thing, I thought it was a lie, but he was literally like, it's your world and I'm just living in it. And I was like, okay, everybody say that. But no, like, that's really how it's been. Like, he was like, if it's not making you mad, sad, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm never going to try to, you know, bring things out of you that I don't want to see or you don't want to see in me. Like, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, he was like, everything you want to do, like, do it. I'm supposed to be going on this semester at sea, and I'm going to be gone for like 3-4 months. And he was like, I would never want you to not do that. Like, go do that. I don't even care. You know, we don't have to break up. I know you're going to be out there and he's going to be here. So yeah, just never lose yourself.
Unity. You know what I'm saying? True unity.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Like, okay, I am very happy that this it turned out this way. I'm happy that you both are. You just seem like you are one. You're both praising each other. You're both just giving each other great compliments. And you know, this generation right now, some people seem to want to give up on love. Love is something that can always be found. You know, it can always be found. Once you found your person, you have found your person. You know, like once you found that, it's easier. You're always gonna go through downs. You're always gonna have some disagreements. It's about how you both handle certain disagreements.
I also feel like love, even though love can always be found, love can always be created in the most random, different like ways. Like people always say like, oh, I'll never find love. Then create the love that you want. You don't have to go and find it. Create it yourself. You know what you want.
Atmosphere of the love you want.
Yeah. Create it. Or surround yourself with people with the type of love that you would want to receive for yourself. Don't try to fake it till you make it type thing. Create the atmosphere, create the type of love that you would want and that you would want to keep. Not something that's like I said, like the instant gratification, the temporary stuff, the stuff that feels good in the moment, but when it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back.
How you both communicate, you know, the disagreements. And, you know, and also you both have to adapt to each other. You're adapting every single day because it's not, some people say, I will never change. You can never change me. Well, let me give you an example, right? For instance, if you're a man and you go out every single Saturday and then your woman asks you, please, can you, you know, like just spend some time with me and, you know, don't go out every single Saturday. And you say, oh, you can't change me. I've been going out before meeting you, so I'm not going to change. Then you might as well stay single because...
Yes.
Message.
Please do.
Catch it.
Catch it.
Catch it.
Catch it. Please do.
Because some of y'all, it's like I said in one of the videos, I said, some of y'all are so comfortable in y'all single ways and the things that y'all did while y'all were single, y'all forget that you're in a relationship. You're supposed to be adapting to the fact that it's no longer just you and yourself, it's
Right.
you and another person.
Right.
So, hey,
These little tweaks like that is what is probably holding you back, you know, because you're meant to
Exactly.
spend time with your partner. You know,
Exactly.
there's so many little stuff that you can change. It doesn't mean you're changing yourself like completely. It just means you're adapting to the person that you're with.
That
You know,
part.
and ladies as well, some, you know, if a man says something like, oh, can you please, you know, help me with this or do this, and you every time, oh, I'm not gonna change for this person, then you might as well stay single, because if you're not gonna adapt to little things, you know, it's gonna be
Yeah.
very difficult. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you both understand that. And I speak to Ishmael sometimes, you know. He's a cool guy. You know,
My brother,
Ishmael.
man. My brother.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
he calls me up, advice. I always give him,
All
you
that.
know, so
Every
many
time.
different advice. And like the good thing is he actually listens and he puts it into action. When
Yes.
you're a man, yes, when you're a man, you have to be an action man.
That part.
Start being action men. If you know, if you are not, if you're just talking and you never put no action into what you talk about, then it's gonna be very difficult for you. Make sure you start, you know, having some type of action in what you talk about. You know,
Yeah.
if I talk about an idea, I want to do this, I make it happen. And if I cannot make it happen, I find a way.
Right.
You
Okay.
know,
Heard that.
being a man, you have to be able to find ways to
Yeah.
situations, and like you said, Ishmael, like you need to be able to look after the family. All right, well, what plans do you guys have? Please just let us know. Do you, I see you mentioned that you have a podcast coming out.
hey BM, I don't like the fact that you cut your own message short. I saw that. I noticed that edit.
Yeah,
You were cooking. Bro, don't cut your message short. Especially when you're saying something that a lot of people need to hear. Like a lot of people like speak on manhood, and it's like men need to start speaking to men about the appropriate things. We need to stop talking about the stuff that doesn't matter. Start speaking about the genuine things that our fathers who should have been there are supposed to be the ones teaching us. And sometimes you can get the message that you were supposed to get from your father from a random stranger. But don't, like, we need these type of messages, because it, like, this is what people are missing out on. A lot of people, when they talk about stuff that men need to do, we all got the you need to be a provider. You need to know how to work. You need to know how to sacrifice. You need to, like, bro, you need to know how to control your emotion. You need to learn how to suck it up. Life is tough. You're gonna get knocked down. It's like, bro, I've learned these lessons so much and heard these lessons so much. Where was the person that was supposed to come teach me, hey, it's okay to cry sometime. Hey, it's okay to let your partner know some vulnerabilities. Hey, it's okay to, express yourself and then have the conversation with this. Like, where are those lessons at? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, BM, bro, you was cooking up, man. I don't like how you cut that part out, bro. You should have kept it going.
Do you have a name for it so people can go and follow you? And, I know people are going to want to keep up with you.
What it is, it's probably going to be, because we're already talking about it. Our conversation so far is, we're going to still have our own individual podcast, but it's going to be like collabs and different stuff like that. But that's something just coming soon. Something that I'm working on. I have a EP that I'm working on. But February, everybody can stay tuned for my song that's out on all platforms. It's called We Are Free. We're going to do a video concept at Papago Mountain, is it called? Our park, Papago Park, up in the cave, and then I'm about to get a drone and different stuff, and it's about to be nice. So it's for Black History Month, and we're finna get it lit. Hopefully, I can get some people to help network it, and we can get some nice collabs on there and have different choreography. So that's gonna be fun. Nice little project. That's in February, so that's right here.
Okay.
Yeah, we have like one. I think we're both like so artistic. We always want to do stuff. So Yeah, I have, obviously, I'm a photographer, videographer, so you
yeah,
can follow
page,
me
yeah.
at Shooting SAR, so SARR, Studios on Instagram, and that is my photography and videography page.
So you're always working, always working.
Literally. Yeah, I'm starting like a little ginger. Everybody knows Sexy Shots. That's like a ginger slash wellness shot situation. I'm like always juicing all the time. But yeah, I just do a lot of dancer, and yeah, we just kind of want to start our little podcast. Big podcast, not little podcast.
Okay, yeah, big one.
Into existence.
All right,
You
all
gotta
right.
do
Well, thank you both for coming on this platform and, you know, just doing the first ever This Person Has Found Love. So it's great to see that you two are doing very good. And thank you everybody for watching, and we will catch you all next time.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you, BM. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Hey,
That was good. Refreshing.
That was refreshing. Shout out to BM. Shout out to Ishmael and Mansar.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, Sar. Hey, shout out to y'all. We hope you guys have all the success you guys deserve. Shout out to BM, keep doing the good work. And shout out to the people that watch our content that actually get to this point.
Yeah,
we appreciate y'all.
For real.
Yeah, y'all really be helping us a lot. Peace.
Bye.